Today, we're going to talk about something that goes way deeper than just charts and numbers. We're diving into the psychological war that really defines the path to becoming an expert, especially in high stakes games like trading. This is all about the real price of mastery and the silent battles you have to fight against the only opponent who actually matters, yourself.
So let's just jump right in with a huge question. When you think about mastering something, anything competitive, what do you picture the cost being? Is it just hours and hours of work, a bunch of money? Nope. The real price is something way deeper and way more personal, and that's what we're here to unpack. For so many people getting into trading, the dream is incredibly simple. And let's be honest, pretty seductive. Make a lot of money fast. The thinking is, if you just find the right strategy, you'll unlock this flood of cash. But the reality? Oh, it's a completely different story. The actual journey, the one that leads to real, sustainable success, has almost nothing to do with quick money. It has everything to do with a slow, tough, and sometimes painful process of rewiring your own emotions. And that brings us to our first big idea, the great filter. I want you to picture this as the first gigantic wall that every single aspiring pro slams into. It's not a wall made of a lack of knowledge or a bad strategy. This is an obstacle that's on a totally different level. It's a psychological barrier, and it's the very reason most people just don't make it. This right here, this quote absolutely nails why most people fail. It's not the market's fault. It isn't some broken strategy. The point of failure is a hidden psychological stage. It's a part of the journey nobody really talks about in the books, but one you absolutely have to survive. So what is this hidden stage? Well, it's the moment the entire game flips on its head. All of a sudden, your success isn't about how well you can read a chart anymore. It's about how well you can read yourself. It's when your own internal state, your discipline, your patience, your self-control becomes the single most important factor in your performance. This is the test. This is what separates the hobbyists from the true professional. And this all leads to a really profound realization, a turning point for anyone who sticks with it. The market, it's not your enemy. It's a mirror. It doesn't hate you. It doesn't love you. It's completely indifferent. Its only job is to reflect, with brutal, unflinching honesty, exactly who you are. And this is where you finally come face to face with the real enemy. Think about it like this. The market is a feedback machine with stunning efficiency. It will find every single one of your weaknesses, and it will exploit them. Not because it's malicious, but just because that's its nature. Any flaw you bring to the table is going to get magnified and thrown right back in your face. So, what are these flaws that it so relentlessly exposes? First, and maybe the most powerful, it reveals your greed. That little voice that tells you to make just a little more, to hold a winning trade way too long, hoping it just goes to the moon, or to risk way too much for a shot at that one huge payday. The market will dangle that carrot right in front of you and just wait to see if your greed wins out over your logic. Next up, it shines a spotlight on your impulsivity. You know what I'm talking about. That inability to just sit on your hands and wait. That itch to always be doing something, jumping into a trade out of sheer boredom, or bailing on a perfectly good one because of one tiny little dip. In this arena, patience is a legitimate superpower, and the market mirror shows you exactly how much, or how little, of it you really have. And finally, it reveals your fear. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, that makes you chase trades you know you shouldn't. The fear of losing money, which causes you to cut your winners way too short. And the fear of being wrong, which, this is a big one, makes you hold on to losing trades for far, far too long, just hoping they'll turn around. Greed, impulsivity, and fear. These are the real demons you have to conquer. Okay, so if the battle is all internal, how in the world do you win it? You can't just wish these flaws would go away. No, you have to actively, intentionally rewire your own brain. This part is all about forging the mental tools you need to completely transform your reactions and build a professional's mindset from the ground up. So how do you actually build this new mindset? It all starts with these 4 tools. First, you have to commit to your process, not the outcome. Your only job is to execute your plan perfectly, whether you win or lose. Second, you got to reframe what a loss is. It's not a failure. It's just a neutral piece of data. That's it. It's the market telling you what happened, not a judgment on you. Third, practice ruthless patience. This is huge. It means waiting for your perfect setup and doing absolutely nothing when it's not there. And finally, the glue that holds all of this together is consistent discipline. The commitment to do the right thing over and over and over again, especially when it's the hardest thing to do. After you've gone through these battles, after you've really put in the work to rewire your brain, something amazing starts to happen. You begin to develop a true professional's mindset. And the absolute hallmark of this mindset is a state that seems almost impossible when you're starting out: genuine emotional detachment. Now, it's so important to understand that emotional detachment is not about not caring, it's about caring about the right thing, your process. It's the ability to watch a trade go your way without feeling ecstatic and watch one go against you without feeling crushed. Your ego is just taken out of the equation. The outcome no longer defines your self-worth, your execution does. This, right here, is the single biggest thing that separates the amateurs from the pros. And the ultimate reward for all this struggle is this incredibly powerful force called mental compounding. See, just like money in a bank account, your mental capital starts to compound on itself. Every rate decision, every disciplined action you take, every lesson you learn from a loss, it all builds on the last one. Your skill, your intuition, your discipline, they don't just grow in a straight line, they grow exponentially. This is what creates real, lasting, sustainable mastery. It's the ultimate payoff for surviving all those silent battles. So, we end up right back where we started, with that powerful idea of the mirror. The market is going to show you exactly who you are, with all your strengths and all your weaknesses, right there on display. The path to mastery isn't about beating the market, it's about conquering yourself. And that leaves us with one final and really critical question. Are you brave enough to really look?